Coach, tough loss tonight against Santa Clara. What are some thoughts?
First, Santa Clara is a really good team. We knew this was going to be a tough game. I think, uh, you know, we showed a lot of fatigue, in my opinion. I think we've got a lot of young players, a lot of new players playing a lot of minutes, asking them to do make major contributions every single game. And I think our road trip, the way the conference season is set up here, where we've got so many games in the first couple of weeks, I think that really um, was evident tonight in our legs, in our shooting, in our decision making. Not taking anything away from Santa Clara. Santa Clara is a very good team, and they forced us into, um, you know, shooting a lot of threes, a lot more threes than we probably want to be shooting, and making some difficult decisions on the offensive end of the floor. And I thought they got to the rim on us a lot. We were really worried about their 3-point shooting. I thought we gave up a lot of easy rim baskets because we were pretty worried about getting out to shooters. So thought it was a good game. Thought our kids played hard, fought hard to the end. Just I thought we were a little tired.
You mentioned those 3 pointers, 3 of 25 tonight or today. Do you take that as the team was tired and coming off a lengthy road trip, or just the shots weren't falling?
I think some of both. Some nights it goes in, some it doesn't. I thought we got some of the shots were really good looks, like shots that we want to take and shots that we practice taking within our offense, and shots that we usually knock down. But I do think fatigue played a role in it. I'm not saying it's the only thing, but I think that certainly was a reason for a lot of those 3-point misses, and a lot of the reason we settled for some of those shots as well.
Despite the 3 point shooting, you had 50 points in the paint. What can you say about the ball movement as a whole and getting the ball to get easy baskets?
Yeah, I mean, when some of that was in transition. Again, we're a better team when we have a good chunk of our scoring out of transition, when we force things with our defense. And then, yeah, we were encouraging them all night long to attack the basket, to get to the rim, just because our shots were not falling in like we'd like them to. So we did have some opportunities close to the basket, and I thought our 2-point percentage was much better, obviously, than our 3-point shooting. But we also need to get to the free throw line. I think Santa Clara did a great job of putting us in a position where we were fouling them. I think they went there like 27 times.
The team won the rebounding battle 46-37, 3 players with 8 or more rebounds. What can you say about that front?
On the offensive side of that, there were a lot of rebounds to be had on our part. So, I'm not sure what the rebound kind of percent actually was, but I think Megan got some good boards for us. She's little, but she gets in there and kind of knows where the ball's coming off the rim, is able to get some things low to the ground. I thought Noelia, for the most part, did a nice job rebounding. Natasha kind of got in there. Candy got in there. So we need that effort. We need that effort every time we come out. We need to be a team that rebounds well, not just one or two individuals.
Ina continues to shine, 17 and 7 tonight. A little bit of foul trouble early on. How was she able to kind of keep herself in the game?
She's really intelligent. I think both her and Candy played much of the second half with fouls, and we're still able to defend effectively for the most part. But we're a different team when Ina's not on the floor. Different team when Candy's not on the floor too. But certainly from that point guard position, I'm much more comfortable when Ina's got the ball as our point guard. So I thought she made good decisions. I thought she played and defended well with 4 fouls, and I think she's playing with more confidence every single game, looking for a shot more, and we need her to do that, and we need others around her to continue to grow and improve.
The second quarter, obviously trailing after the first quarter, I believe you started off a 15-6 run. How does the team keep that momentum and kind of finish off quarters and keep leads?
Yeah, that's we've struggled with keeping leads. I think some of that is our inexperience too. I think figuring out who we are, owning our identity as a team. These guys, never played in the WCC before. We don't know if we're supposed to be good, if we're supposed to be middle of the pack, if we're supposed to be bad. So I think every game we're learning a little bit more about ourselves, and hopefully, winning some good games and being competitive in these games with top competition. Again, it helps us grow, and we'll see Santa Clara again. We'll potentially see them 2 more times, and I think for us, a really key thing is just to take the good things that we can from each game and continue to develop and continue to become better individually and better as a team.
And a little bit of a break here. You're off Saturday, so back in Spokane on Thursday. Obviously, another tough opportunity there on the road. Just looking ahead, obviously you probably need to look at film and whatnot. But what are some expectations heading into the Gonzaga game?
Yeah, no, it doesn't get any easier, does it? But it'll be nice to have a break here for a little bit over the weekend. And Gonzaga is, I've always said they're the standard bearer for the conference. They've just been so consistently good, both on the men's and women's side, for so many years that, like them or hate them, they are the ones who are always at the top, and you're always, trying to figure out what you can do to get your team, over the hump with them. We were fortunate last year; we got a good win up there. They're a new team in some ways. They've got Whitaker is a phenomenal post player and going to be a really tough matchup for us. They've got, a really good point guard, probably one of the best point guards in the country, mid-major at least for sure. And they've got shooting, they've got pieces, and they've got a system. They're used to winning. They've got a great crowd to play in front of. So it will be a really good environment and a really good experience for our players.
Thank you, Molly.